Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Yeah, celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on GT Time. BGT Time. Tune in on BGT Time. BGT Time. Come join us on BGT Time. BGT Time. Join us on BGT Time. Yeah.
Architects.
Now look at here, shorty, you know what I've been through. I'm a food stamp baby, but you thought you knew. My first home was Crystal Lakes next to MLK, building 7 all day. I'm just saying the struggle is real. Watch my mama on her deathbed and my daddy take his last breath. What I've been through wasn't perfect, but I thank God for pulling me through. Cause bitch, I'm from the mud. I don't look like what I've been through. Not so much in my life chasing my dreams, that's what I have to do. Say I don't look like what I've been through, no. I say I'm from the mud, and I say it just because Hollywood, Florida, always show your girl love. Bitch, I'm from the mud. I say, bitch, I'm from the mud.
Okay, I've been there. Done that, hit rock bottom, had to bounce back. Growing up, I got laughed at. I used to cut class and sell nickel bags. Trapping before we had internet, I'm never scared, always come in and last. Jumped off the porch, had to get off my ass. I got on the road, had to take me a chance. Yeah, I didn't really know pops, had to fend for myself when I got on the block. Yeah, I was still learning a lot. Yeah, getting profiled by the cops. Yeah, mama was slaving a lot. They ain't paying enough, she gon' shorten the register. Did a little time, still ain't giving up. I was 14 when they sentenced her. I'm overpaying my dues. I was expected to lose. I calculate all of my moves. I come from the mud, so my trophies are jewels. You know I don't got a stain on me. The blessings, they always rain on me. Staying 10 toes, how I was raised, homie. And my family would never change on me.
I'm from the mud. I don't look like what I've been through. Not so much in my life chasing my dreams, that's what I have to do. Say I don't look like what I've been through, no. I say I'm from the mud, and I say it just because Hollywood, Florida, always show your girl love. Bitch, I'm from the mud. I say, bitch, I'm from the mud.
I'm from the mud, baby. Roll that dice, baby. From Hollandale to Liberia to Danny First Street. That was my life, baby. I seen twice, say I experienced since I found Christ. Was cold as ice, I sacrificed. Came a long way, had to pay that price. Thank God I'm free. See masterpiece instead of property. Put a load of gifts, never bothered me. Lost a lot of homies, now it's RP. Had a switch side stories. Surrounded by sad poetry. No recipes in my artistry. No sport fooling my prodigy. I forgive Judas that crossed me. Got no time for the misery. Ain't no space for the company. And I sip on my own tea. Then they won't war, so I pray for peace. I'm from the city diversity. And the being words never hurt me. And refute those trying to hurt me.
I'm from the mud. I don't look like what I've been through. Not so much in my life chasing my dreams, that's what I have to do. Say I don't look like what I've been through, no. I say I'm from the mud, and I say it just because Hollywood, Florida, always show your girl love. Bitch, I'm from the mud. I say, bitch, I'm from the mud.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Hey!
get it, baby. Because it's all good in mine, except for the crime. Crime don't stop, baby. Crime don't stop. Okay? It don't stop. Even though we got Dr. Daqueasha on here today, crime don't stop, unfortunately. So, how y'all doing? Welcome, welcome to Peachy Tea Time. Shout out to Daniqua. Shout out to Daniqua, which was our Peachy Tea Time spotlight. She get it from the mud. She in the mud, but not no more. She ain't in the mud no more. Just like Dr. Daqueasha, baby. She ain't in the mud no more, baby. She a doctor, okay? She is a doctor. Our first doctor on the show. And baby, she got a story to tell. I am so excited and so honored to have her here. I talked to her over the phone, and when I tell y'all the things that she told me about her book, she's an author too. She's an author, so we definitely gonna touch on that just as well. We gonna show some crime videos just as well, and of course, baby, she here on a Saturday. We got to play the game. Rappers Delight, baby. Yes. So, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and bring her up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bring up Dr. Daqueasha. Her last name is Chever, but I'm going to call her Dr. Daqueasha. Dr. Daqueasha the whole time, okay? So here we go, y'all. Welcome to Peachy Tea Time, the weekend edition, baby. The weekend spot edition. Dr. Daqueasha. Hey, beautiful. How are you? How are you today?
I'm doing so good. How about yourself?
I am wonderful. I cannot complain at all. Now, you're going to see me look off sometimes because I got to click this, click that, click this, click that, okay? But thank you so much. I am so honored to have you here. Shout out to Mr. Ellis. Shout out to Mr. Ellis who brought you to Peachy Tea Time. I'm so thankful for him just as well. And we are going to get started. So tell everybody that's watching, just a little bit about you.
Yes, ma'am. I am Dr. Daqueasha Chever, and I'm a physician. Been practicing medicine for a little over 11 years, and I'm in the urgent care setting. So I take care of everything from a splinter to people with chest pain that needs to go to the cardiac cath lab. So we see and do it all in the urgent care. I love urgent care work. I think it's one of the best roles in business and medicine that I could be in right now. And I feel that being a physician was my calling, and I never thought I would be where I'm at actually. And I'm here, and I'm enjoying the ride.
I know
And
that's right.
I just keep on releasing out all of the positive things that I want to happen, which is why I became an author, to encourage and inspire other people to release out all of the things they want to happen as well.
Exactly. Now, I must ask you, Dr. Daqueasha, is a must. Were you one of them kids that said, I want to be a doctor when I grow up? Please let us know. Is this something that you have just always said, I'm going to be a doctor when I grow up?
So this is quite the story. So almost everyone that I knew that went to medical school would have told you what you wanted to hear. That that was what they wanted to do from the age of 5. But my life had a different path. Um, I did not want to go to college. I was a rebellious child. I was the wildflower in my parents' rose garden. I was not looking for a career. I just wanted to finish school. And so, lo and behold, that's what happens when you let God just take over, right? So,
There you
I
go.
grew up in the church. I remember going to church with my mom, and we would be sitting there, and I'd be thinking about the party I just left, or what I was going to do when I left church. But when you stay focused in the spirit, God will manifest Himself in many ways into your life. So I did not want to go to college. I had rebelled. Was a very just a wild child, if you will, back in the 90s. So, I did not have the goal to become a physician until I was put on the spot. So my parents said to me one day, and I love a good challenge. I'm a very competitive person. So they said to me, they was like, okay, your sisters all went to college. What are you going to do? So, of course, I had to prove everybody wrong. And they would tell you I'm very stubborn, set in my ways, a know it all, if you will. So, I decided that, okay, I said, okay, well, I would take on your challenge, knowing I didn't want to do anything. And I said, I would go I would make a decision to do what you're asking me, but give me 1 year to do that. Give me my time. Let me figure it out. Don't pressure me into picking a degree or a field of study. Let me do it on my own terms, which is what releasing is all about, actually, too. Knowing what you want, exactly what you want, how to get what you want. So I said, hey, listen, I want to do this on my own terms. Give me 1 year to decide. And I wasn't like a truly bad child. I had a job from the age of 16. I always had a job, always worked. So here I am, 18 years old, trying to figure this out now. And I said, okay, what can I do now to get to the next place I want to be that they want me to be? Right. So I took my year off and graduated high school. Took a year. I was already working at TJ Maxx, and they promoted me. I was a good. I always have had a strong work ethic, so they promoted me to be the lead of sales in the women's department, which I was like, yay! I hear the bells and whistles going off, right? I'm thinking I'm doing it. So I was getting paid more money. Got my first, car that, I had to go to the dealership and got. It was my very first car we got from a private owner, and I had to pay for. My parents were very strict, so I had to pay for that first car. But my second car I got from a dealership. So I thought I was doing big things at that time, right? So the year came around, and they said to me, "Okay, your year is up. What are you about to do?"
Oh, they came
And
back.
so
They came back.
I had been watching TV that morning, and there's a commercial that comes on, and I think they still might have these commercials to this day, actually, about career centers, different ways to get a career, whether it's like welding or being a dental hygienist. Or so I saw a commercial come on TV, and it was like, get your career in like 9 months, you too can be a medical assistant. And I was like, oh, that's right. I'm like, yeah, I love people. I like to help people. I used to play nurse when I was little. This is great. Like 9 months. Oh yeah, I'm down.
Oh, that's right.
So I did that. And, for the first time in my life, throughout all my education, I was striving to become a medical assistant for me at this point, because I was like, this is so cool. I couldn't believe what I was learning about the human body and the anatomy and physiology.
Mhm.
Now, remind you, this is a 9-month class. So I was just taken aback, like, wow, I want to learn more. So I got my degree for medical assisting, graduated top of my class, never missed a day. Where in, high school, I was playing hooky left and right. They had to beg me to go to school. So I never missed a day of medical assisting school. Love my training, love my teachers, and got a job at, get this, a residency training facility, which is, for those of you who don't know, is a actual extension of medical school where you're further your training, you're practicing actually medicine with patients every day until you
Wow.
get your certificate, degree, diploma from a program that's been accredited, right? So these were family medicine physicians that I was working for, and they were so just welcoming to me as a medical assistant. They helped to mentor me, they helped to coach me and guide me. And they knew that I had it within myself to do something more, that they knew I had a next best. And so what they did for me was just be a cheerleader, which all of the audience members really need to have in their corners too. It's a good, solid support system to cheer them on, because we can talk ourselves out of anything at any time, at any moment, because we just don't feel like we're worthy. So what they did for me was phenomenal. And I let them know a little secret that I was like interested in medicine. And basically, they said to me, "Hey, look, we know you're great and you're phenomenal, and you love what you do." And they're like, "What do you want to do next?" And I was scared to say it, because I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just be an RN. I was like, maybe I'll just be a nurse, go to nursing school. And then I learned about being a PA, which is a physician assistant.
Okay.
And one of my best friends to this day, who was a resident at the time, she mentored me after she found out that what I really wanted to do. She said to me, "Wait a second, you have way more in you than to just being a PA." She's like, "What do you really want to do?" So I got the
Was you
nerve and the
scared to say it?
courage.
I was just about to
I
ask you.
was.
At
I
that
was so
moment?
scared to say it. And you know what I was scared the most about? I was scared to say it to my parents. Because here I was, this wild, rebellious child who never liked school, who never wanted to do anything, who took their dare on a bet to be somebody. And here I am wanting more. So I was like intimidated. I was scared. I was shy. I didn't know how to do it really, right? So when she said it to me, I was just very transparent. And I said, "I want to be a doctor. I want to be in the room when you tell me to leave. When you guys say you're done with me doing vitals, I want to stay in there and learn." So she mentored me, and I decided to switch my major into medicine and to go to a 4-year degree. I was pre-med.
Wow.
Yeah.
4-year degree.
I decided that I was going to be pre-med. I was going to go do a bachelor's of science. I was going to do a minor in psychology. And I wanted to have what they had. And they just mentored me and cheerleaded for me the whole way. And my parents surprised and shocked the hell out of me. They told me that they were so proud of me. They were so supportive of me. They knew I had it in me, that I could do it. And that's all I needed to hear.
Oh, shout out to the parents. Shout out to mom. Hi, mom. Hi, dad. Oh, that is awesome. That is a great, great testimony. That's what I like to call it, a testimony. Now, we got to go back. What type of things? Because you said you wasn't a bad child. You was just rebellious. So let the people that's out there watching, like, give us an example of something that you did that was rebellious, that if you can remember, like just one thing. Because we got some folks out there that's like, I probably want to be a doctor too, but I really was doing bad things.
Well, let me just say, I'll just say a couple key things, and your listeners will probably get the gist. Because I don't want to tell all the biz, spill all the tea, because I don't know how young your listeners are who are watching. But I was, let's see, ninth grade. I was listening to NWA. I was listening to Cypress Hill. Not just a fan, but a participant in Cypress Hill. What they was doing, what they were promoting. I was running the streets. My friends used to, I've seen guns. I've seen hardcore drugs, and never participated in those types of activities. But I was in there, and I'm blessed to be where I am because I was with the wrong crowd.
Now, do you see any of those people that you was in the crowd with back then? Like, have they done anything with their lives?
So my very best friends at those times we are not friends. I stayed true to two best friends. One that moved away when I was in the third grade, and her parents kept us in touch.
Okay.
And so she was never part of that circle. And then my second best friend, we was just best friends from like kindergarten, and we was in the group, but we had separate buddies that we hung out with. So we was sometimes never together at the same time. So her and I, we still hang out. We're best friends to this day. She's here in Atlanta, and and she's doing great things as well.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Now, Dr. Daqueasha, do you have any children?
I have one daughter. She is 10 years old. She is a
Okay.
handful. She loves to swim and sing and dance and act and get on my nerves. She's a blessing.
Now, how do you balance the whole doctor life and having a child?
It's hard. You know, being a mother is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to accomplish. You know, just going through the pregnancy, and the delivery and the after home care from the first week that she was born. It was a challenge. Kudos to all my single moms out there, because
Yes.
it is not easy.
Yes. It's difficult out there being a mom. I was blessed and I'm so thankful to where I have not been a single mom. I pray that I never be a single mom. But even with, it being me and my husband, it still get hard sometimes. It still get hard. But we make it happen. We make it happen just like all the moms out there. We all make it happen regardless. Okay. So, like I told you, Dr. Daqueasha, that we're gonna get into some crime videos too, and we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna mix it up with some with some interview questions and some crime videos just as well. So now that we're talking about moms, I'm gonna show y'all a clip. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all a clip, and me and Dr. Daqueasha gonna give our commentary on it. Okay, here we go.
Unfortunately, I'd never even heard of anything like this.
Tragedy tonight. An 18-year-old faces capital murder charges, with Dothan police claiming she threw her living newborn into a dumpster that had a trash compactor. The dumpster was taken to landfill, where officers found that baby boy's remains this afternoon. News 4's Ken Curtis in our newsroom. And Ken, Dothan Police Chief Will Benny calls this perhaps the most disturbing case in his nearly 30-year career. We just heard him say he has never heard of anything like this. What can you tell us?
Well, Kinsley, it is a very bizarre case. Chief Will Benny, a 27-year veteran, talking about tonight on the brink of tears as he described what his officers believe happened.
So I'm going to lay out a story to you that's just absolutely shocking.
Dothan Police Chief Will Benny is talking about 18-year-old Daqueasha Williams.
She went to an apartment complex on the west side of Dothan and placed a live newborn in a trash compactor.
A trash compactor and a dumpster. And that little boy, police believe when placed there, he was alive and well. That dumpster was taken to the landfill, and on Thursday, police searched that public dump.
We were able to recover the load of trash that the baby was in.
And emotional Chief Benny said Williams gave birth in the bedroom of her home on August 13th. She told her family she had taken the child to Southeast Health Medical Center and dropped her son off with a red-headed nurse. The family began to realize her story didn't add up, so they inquired about the matter. And that's when things began to unravel for Williams.
The medical center called us because there was no evidence that she had ever been to the hospital.
Within a few hours, Williams had confessed, telling investigators the reason she did it is because at 18, she did not want to be a mother.
I've never even heard of something so horrific as this. It's just, it shocks the mind, it shocks the soul.
Now, Chief Benny says most perplexing to him is why Williams didn't turn over her child at the hospital, because that would not have got her in trouble, because she would have been protected under an Alabama law. Williams is jailed without bond, facing capital murder charges, and Kinsley is unlikely, given the severity of that charge, that she will be given bond. She'll be appointed 2 attorneys to represent her in what will be a plethora of hearings leading up to the trial.
Absolutely. Ken Curtis, thank you. Houston County District Attorney Russ Goodman says it is too early to determine if he'll seek the death penalty. We have the full news conference on the News 4 app, along with a Q&A with Ken, where he walks us through the horrific...
All right, y'all. We talking about capital murder. That's what we talking about. Capital murder. This young lady, and again, this was in Alabama, not North Carolina, so I apologize for that. But this young lady, I don't know, Dr. Daqueasha, true enough, yes, she killed this baby. She could have went and dropped the baby off at the fire station. You got 14 days, allegedly. You got 14 days to turn your baby in at the fire stations in a lot of different states and cities. And, you don't get charged for it. You drop the baby off and you good. Now, am I telling y'all to do that? No. But I'm just saying that is a possibility. And I prefer for you to do that than to go out and kill your baby. But they are charging her with capital murder for this. How do you feel about that, Dr. Daqueasha?
She made a very bad decision. But what gets me is that who was supposed to be helping with her during this time? Did the medical field fail her? Did her family support system fail her? What was she carrying that made her do this? Because this is not something that's normally done in our society. Yeah, we hear about things like that, but this is not normal. I'm sure she knows that it was not normal. And I feel like we have failed. There's lots of fingers to be pointed here. And yeah, she needs to, be punished for what she did. But also we need to actually dig deeper and find out more about what she's going through, what she went through, and to help her, because helping her is not going to just be putting her in prison. That does not help her. So we need to really figure this out as a community, as a whole, to help moms now who are struggling at home.
Exactly.
I told y'all that, being a first-time single mom, that was hard for me. And, here I am, the big shot girl who went to medical school. And that first weekend or several months was really hard. So we need to figure out how we can help these moms out and let them know that they are not alone.
Exactly. Now, one of the shows that I did, I talked about how some parents, they get upset because their kids are pregnant. Some of them put them out and say, you got to go. Some of them tell them, I'm not helping you when this baby comes. I already got 3 or 4 other kids. I don't have enough money to help out. You need to go do this. You need to go do that. I don't feel like a lot of parents may not show the child love at that moment. Show them, because you got to keep loving your child and show them love in order for them to know how to show their child love. Okay, you got to. You can't just get upset and be like, I'm done with them. Because at the same time, number one, that's your grandchild. And number 2, they're learning from you. So they have to learn how to love. And I feel like this young lady just did not know how to love at all. Because if she did, there's no way she would have threw the baby in the trash. I was getting this clip together. And my daughter was sitting here and I was doing her hair while I was getting the clip together. And my daughter was like, Mommy, because my daughter can read, and I'm typing it in, throwing baby in the trash. And she said, Mommy, she threw the baby in the trash? I said, she sure did. She was like, why? I said, because they said she didn't want the baby. And she said, oh. And then she said, Mom, would you and Dad do something like that to us? I like, girl, nah. You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that at all. I said, Mommy loves you too much to do something like that to you guys, you know? But if we continue to talk to our kids, which is something we have to do on a regular basis. I grew up with my mother telling me, "Hey, Mama Peach, I see you out there watching." I grew up with my mother telling me every single night, "I love you. Say your prayers before you go to sleep. Give me a kiss. I love you." And this is something that I do with my kids every single night. This is something that I do with my kids when they leave out the door to go to school. Just like us as adults, Dr. Daqueasha say that we can leave out this door and don't know if we're gonna return back home. The same thing can happen to these kids when they leave to go to school. As we all know, they have school shootings all the time. Not all, I'm not gonna say all the time because we don't want to claim that, but they have them quite often. Quite often. So again, y'all, pray for these kids. Start teaching your kids when they do become pregnant. Once they decide that this is what they want to do, that they want to keep this child, start teaching them more about love. You know, be their support system, like Dr. Daqueasha said. They got to have a support system. How important is it to have a support system, Dr. Daqueasha?
It's critical. When you think about the things that we're all challenged with and faced with on a daily basis, to have somebody to talk to that you trust, to confide in, and not feel like they're going to judge you is key and critical to your ultimate livelihood and success as a human being on this planet. We need people in our corner. We need to have unbiased, I'll say it again, unbiased people who are going to help us and not hurt us. So it's critical.
Okay. Now, tell us about this book that you have, because this can also come into play with this just as well. And for those that don't know, that have not been watching my Facebook page, today's show is about self love, self care, and the breakthrough. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your book.
So my book is called Releasing. It's releasing, manifesting all of me. So it's a book that, most people want to go on a shopping spree, right? To get all the goodies and the
Oh,
stuff
yes.
that you want, all the clothes, the shoes, you go on a shopping spree, right? But you got to pay for it, right? So it's not just free. It's, unless you hit the lotto or something like that, right? So, but to go on a shopping spree is what the analogy I use with my book, Releasing. So, releasing is about going on a releasing spree, right? A releasing spree. That concept is that you need to release and let go of things that you're carrying, to release out, things that are the good for one, right? You want to release all the good things that you want to happen in your life, release those things, but you also have to release out the not so good, right? So that's how I had to do that growing up, right? To become a doctor, I had to release out my good friends, my bad friends. So so releasing is all about releasing out the best in you and the worst to get to your next best in your life, your career, relationships, and to get to your ultimate phenomenal side, your best side of you, the best version of you. We want to offer that kind of a mentality of positive thoughts, positive life structure, so that people can have a way to navigate, and to experience what they want to happen, to be there, to reach their destiny, to get to their next best. Because a lot of us get bogged down, we get sidetracked, become a mom, become a single mom, have the wrong crowd, have goals, become physicians, become lawyers, doctors, nurses, architects. We have all these careers, but we still are feeling trapped because we're still carrying things that have happened to us that we haven't let go of. So to get to our next best, we need to be able to be good releasers and to be able to put out there what we want to happen, what changes we want to come about. But we also need to get rid of that stuff that's holding us down. especially time wasters. A lot of us are carrying people with us that shouldn't be there. So getting rid of time wasters, getting rid of negativity, that self-hate, self-talk that we do to ourselves sometimes that we know we shouldn't be doing. We need to make sure that we are good in every aspect, and not just half doing things like a lot of us are.
Exactly. Now I got to ask you this because you brought it up, not me. I didn't bring this up, y'all. Dr. Daqueasha did. I want to know, what is the first step in releasing friends? The ones
Ooh.
that is not our friends, but we just keep calling them friends.
Mhm.
And friends is the word on PGT time for 2023. We have seen friends go out of town, go out the country, and friends don't bring all the friends back. And I
So,
know some of the things that I'm talking about. Shanquilla,
mhm.
left with her friends and then come back with her friends. So how do you release friends? Like people know in the back of their heads. I don't care what nobody say. You know in the back of your head which friend need to be gone, but you just don't know how. You may have put so much time into your friendship, and I think that's one of the biggest things, is putting so many years into a friendship, and sometimes you just don't know how to back away or how to release. What's the first step in that?
Being honest, telling them what you tell yourself that you should do, because that's the only way it's going to happen. That if you keep feeding into what they're telling you every day and you're not being honest and speaking up, a lot of us get so bogged down with our own lives that when they come and talk to us, we just kind of ignore them, and we say, oh yeah, you're gonna be all right, and then we get tired about them coming back to us again and again and again. So we're not being honest. So put your foot down, stop it. If they're doing something that is detrimental to them, that's not good for them, and you tired of hearing about it, do something about it. And then they still don't want to take your advice, then you tell them why you have to distance yourself from that situation. And you have to take that feeling, that heart-wrenching feeling that you're going to have, because they have been there with you the whole time. They've been by your side, let's say. But now it's like they are really draining you. You have to be honest with them and tell them that. And no matter how much it hurts, you're going to have to be, just blunt and to the point and tell them what's going on and why, and then let it go. Because once you let it go, you let God in. And so when that happens, you should, all that guilt or whatever it is off of you. You stop carrying it. You released it. And it's not going to be anything that they could probably say or do at that point, because once you make a decision, you should not look back on that decision, especially if you know it's for the good and betterment of that person. Don't feel guilty.
Now, we're going to stick with friends for a second. We're going to stick with friends. Now, is it not healthy? You see, I picked up the phone. Is it not healthy to hit ignore until they get the hint? Or do you feel like you definitely need to talk to them?
No, this is not a person that, obviously, this is not a person that is going to be ignored. So you need to make up your mind on how you can find a more concrete way to talk to them. People like that are not gonna, they don't care. They don't care if you don't answer the phone, that you don't hit them back right away. They come to your door, you don't answer. They don't care. They will find a way, an opportune time to get you, and to drag you in to their situation, into their mess. And so they're messy. So you need to actually, like I said, say it to them what you feel, and then don't look back.
Exactly. What made you write this book? Like, was you just deciding, no, I need to write a book? What can I write about this time? What made you write this book?
I needed to release some things too, to be honest, and be transparent. I had to let go of a lot of things that happened with my career journey to get to where I am, because I felt like I wasn't who I needed to be. I was like an imposter, I felt. So I had to get over all of those things. And from the beginning, I've always been someone who liked to read. Always bought books when books were popular to buy them. I would spend money on multiple books and I would read them all. And so, I felt like this was a good way for me to get my voice heard, is to find the people who also, because people are desperate. People want help. They just don't know where to look for it.
Exactly.
And they're not going to the doctor. Let me tell you that. They are not coming to us. They're looking for it everywhere else but the doctor's office. So I had to find a way to reach somebody, somewhere, somehow. And the books just started to develop. And so releasing is one of the ways that I found in my own life that helped me get to where I am and to my next best. So I say, hey, look, I'm going to put this book together so that people can also find a way to do this on their own and not pay a lot of money or spend a lot of time that they may not have. Because I've read thousands of books and they all have helped me in one way, shape, or form. They all have helped me to become who I am. And I just value a good book. And so I said, I'm going to write this book with the intentions of trying to teach people, coach people, help people to keep releasing, to get to their destiny, to their next best, to free them up, because we are, like I said before, we are all carrying something. No matter how you look at it, we all have things that we carry, guilt, past situations that we passed up because we were scared. Get rid of our anxiety, free us up from past hurt, pains. We got to get rid of all those things to get on to our next best. So I said, how can I do that? How can I? So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna write a book.
Wow.
And I'll make it happen that way, to see what happens on that other side. Because I want people to see and experience what I did to get to the other side of releasing, which is your happiness, your success, your joy, to get to those parts of your life that you have always envisioned, instead of being bogged down by the things that that happened to you 5, 10, 20 years ago.
Exactly. Excuse me. Now it says that your release date was September 30th of 2020. Now, Dr. Daqueasha, I'm sure you picked up by now. I just say however I feel. How much is this book, Dr. Daqueasha? For everybody that want to buy this book, is this a very expensive book, Dr. Daqueasha? Because you're gonna get so much out of it. I can just feel it. You're gonna get so much out of it.
It's probably cheaper than your Panera order or your Starbucks order. I mean, and to help yourself, it's priceless, right? To get to you, to get to your next best in your journey, to reach your destiny, your destination in life, so you can have complete happiness and peace and joy. It's priceless. So you can, everyone who's tuning in, who's listening in, you can go to my website, releasing number one, like the actual number one. So releasing1.com. And you can find my book there that you can purchase. You also can find other opportunities to follow me and network with me, have me at your next speaking engagement, whatever it might be, career, personal life, whatever kind of workshops you're holding. I'm open to being available to those as well. Whatever it is, that you need help with, I'm here. So you can always go on the website, send me a message, drop me a line, follow me on Instagram. Everybody's on Instagram, right? So you can follow me at Dr. Daqueasha, Dr. and my first name. So Dr. Daqueasha, Daquesha. And you can follow me. I'm always putting topics on about how you can release whatever different things that come into my brain that day. so you can get to your next best, and that's free. So following somebody on Instagram is free.
It sure is. I know y'all hear her. It is free, not the book, but it is free to follow her. And then make sure y'all go get this book, okay? Go get this book right now, right after the show, okay? Don't leave us. Go get the book right after the show. Now, Dr. Daqueasha, it's like totally awesome of you to decide to sit down, become an author. This is not your first book. You've written 2 books, correct?
That's right. The first book is called Step Into Your
Look at her.
Destiny.
Look at her. She ain't playing with y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to say that. Now, what was the name of your other book?
Step Into Your Destiny. Your next best is waiting.
Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Yeah. Now, are those books on Amazon, or are they just you got to go through your website to get them?
Mainly on the website. I think I still have a few listings there on Amazon, but the bulk of everything is going to be going through the website.
Okay. Now, if we go on your website, because I'm going to go on the website and I'm going to purchase the book. I did see that you can also, because I saw the cell phone and the tablet. So I'm assuming you can get it on that way just as well. I can't think of the name of it.
That's okay. So audio, not audio as of yet. We do have PDF versions of the book as well, but most people are still wanting that hard copy so that I can sign and send to you directly.
Y'all, she gonna sign my book. She gonna sign my book and send it to me. Y'all, she gonna sign the book. That is awesome. Now, what are some of the feedback that you have received from, family and friends when it comes to your book?
Let me tell you, the amount of positive feedback that I've got from this book is just humbling. I have people who, seriously, all age ranges have given me feedback on this book. And you never know who you're going to touch. You never know whose lives you're going to touch. And that's the beautiful part of being a physician too, is that, I go into a patient's room and I never know what's going on with them. So you just never know. And that's the beautiful part of being an author, is that you don't know really truly who's reading your book and then who's taking those nuggets home. But when they come back and they tell you how much it's helped them, it's just like a breath of fresh air. And
Yes,
you know that you are helping people, which was your whole intention to begin with. So everyone, and well, let me say this, from as young as I would say 18 to actually I think 16. From 16 was my youngest customer who came back with some feedback, all the way up to 70 years old.
Wow.
Have come back and told me and gave me feedback that they are releasing. And it's a joy in my heart that when I hear those words coming out of those mouths, that they are doing what I had intended them to do to get to their next best. Because you're never too old, you're never too young to figure it out. Yep. And once you do, it's a phenomenal experience.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we're about to get into another clip. I showed this clip last week about the twins in Detroit, twin boys that was kidnapped. The mother and father was staying at a hotel, and they invited a girl and 2 boys, I believe it was, to the room. And they were actually coming because they were a group that they found on social media, and they were bringing baby wipes, diapers, everything that a baby needs. And they just wanted to just come and just shower her with gifts. And she ended up stepping out the room, and then they stepped out the room with the twins. They did find the twins. The twins are just fine. They're doing great. I did talk to the father just as well. They're not ready to come on the show, but the twins are doing great. After I talked to the father, Dr. Daqueasha, right about the next day, I saw the update and said, oh my gosh, Dr. Daqueasha, we're going to have to do some heavy talking on this one right here because there's a lot going on in this area. In this particular clip, a lot of different levels. Here we go.
All right. Our other top story here at 5. 3 people have now been formally charged with abducting 14-day-old twins from a hotel in Livonia.
Chantel Jones, Curtis Slay, and Davion Chandler all facing charges of kidnapping the newborns Sunday night from the Quality Inn, which sparked, of course, an Amber Alert. We've been following this story all week. Sean Lay in Livonia for us. Sean, getting quite a bit clearer picture of the potential motive here.
We did, although details very few in court. What we learned is that these 3 are being held without bond. And keep in mind, a 16-year-old also wrapped up in this alleged kidnapping scheme. What we're learning outside of court from our sources, we continue to work the sources this week. I'm being told tonight that this all has to deal with a fake pregnancy and the desire to produce twins to family and friends.
In the matter of Chantel Jones.
Late this afternoon, 23-year-old Chantel Jones, along with 2 teens, 18-year-old Curtis Slay and 19-year-old Davion Chandler, appeared on video, arraigned on kidnapping charges and more.
Could the defendant please state her name for the court record?
The allegations shocking that Jones, along with the 3 teens, allegedly befriended the mother of 14-day-old twins with promises of helping her with gift cards, diapers, wipes. Sources tell us people allegedly went to the parents' house on the west side last weekend and tried to break in. We're told one of the teens was armed. We're also told the father of the twins fired shots in self-defense. The couple and the twins then went to the Quality Inn in Livonia to seek safety, but they didn't know the people offering help were the people trying to break in. 2 women got into their room at the Quality Inn and at the first opportunity kidnapped the twins. Sources say Jones has a history of faking pregnancies and allegedly wanted the twins to show family and friends that she had them on her own.
She resides with both of her parents in Detroit. She's currently actively looking for employment. She is an American citizen. She does have a high school diploma, and she had indicated that she is intending on starting school during the winter semester. Most importantly, she had no prior criminal history.
Bond in this matter is denied. This matter is extremely serious, according to the allegations. The first 2 counts of the complaint, actually the first 3 counts of the complaint, it involved the possibility of life in prison.
Back here live. Life in prison. All 8 charges are big-time felonies. They are kidnapping, child enticement, 3 counts of unlawful imprisonment, and larceny from a building. Multiple counts of larceny, guys. I've learned the larceny is theft of the twins' car seats. Not just the twins, but their car seats as well. Back to you.
Sean, the magistrate, pretty forceful in denying bond for all 3.
Prosecutor didn't even get to state her case about why bond should be high or denied. Defense attorney, court-appointed defense attorney said, look, no criminal history here. She's been in jail all week. The magistrate cut him off and said, this is so serious. Absolutely no bond at all.
All right, we are back. I want to say this because there might be a lot of people out there that feel like that's harsh. Life in prison, no bond. This is serious. And let me say why I feel like this is serious. Yes, the twins made it back. For those out there that's saying, but the twins got back home safely. Yes, they did. But this young lady has a history of faking pregnancies. So if she has a history of faking the pregnancies, how many times in her head did she think about kidnapping somebody's kids? If they let her out today, how we know next year she's not going to go kidnap some more kids? Now, do I feel like she deserved life in prison? No, I do not. I am again with Dr. Daqueasha, which is to help these kids. We need to teach these kids something. So, Dr. Daqueasha, how do you feel about this scenario?
Once again, this is just another wake-up call for us. I feel like who you can't point fingers solely at this lady and her friends who did this, but certainly they did it all by themselves. So they should be punished. I agree that, that lifelong sentence is hard. This will fall down into the, rabbit hole of the Pandora's biggest mistakes, you know what I mean? But, she obviously has some mental issues here.
Definitely.
And so I hope she gets the help she needs while she is in prison. That's the thing that happens, that, we have prison physicians that work in prisons, but are they really there to help these people, or are they just there when they get sick and have a cold or need their appendix out? I mean, we need to really be helping people.
Exactly. Now, I also can't move on without talking about the two young men. I always talk about on our show leaders and followers. That parents need to teach their kids how to be leaders and not followers. It doesn't take 5, 10 people to shoot one person, but all 10 people go to prison for the rest of their life because they was followers. They went along with them. They wasn't Trey, Dr. Daqueasha, from Boys in the Hood. And Trey said, let me out the car. My daddy gonna go crazy on me. Let me out. I'm not going no further with y'all. Y'all gonna go in here and kill them boys inside the parking lot. But let me out right now. And then Trey lived to see another day. Okay? He was able to grow up, become a father, all that. We ain't see that. We ain't see I added that in there. But he was able to do all of that. All that. Him and Nia Long. I'm going even further with my story. But at the same time, parents need to teach their kids not to be followers. Them two boys could not be in this situation with her. If you want to be stupid and crazy and go and steal somebody's kids at the age of 18 years old, you ain't got no job. You ain't got nowhere feeding these two babies, not just one, these two babies, but you probably depending on your support system that you thought was crazy enough to just go ahead and fly by with this story. And now these two young men is in the same amount of trouble as she is in. Why didn't these young men have enough sense, Dr. Daqueasha, to be like, girl, you crazy. No, I ain't finna go with you. Like, who is she? Who is she?
Right?
They not to put a gun to their head and say, oh, you gonna come. They could have jumped her. They could have jumped her. I don't condone violence. But they could have jumped her if she put a gun to their head and said, come on, get in this car. We finna go steal these babies. Like, what were they lacking at? As mentally? What would you say?
I think that these young people just are not thinking it through. As a lot of young people don't. They only see the one thing in front of them and they don't see the consequences. And I think if we start showing consequences first about their actions, maybe they'll get the picture. But these young people are just not thinking everything through, and they're doing stuff that is 10 times worse than what I did when I was that age. They're just not fully, their brains aren't fully developed. They're going off of he say, she say stuff. They don't think it through. They think they can get away with it. They got the ego complex going on, and they're probably using drugs and alcohol. So all that combined ends up in imprisonment, unfortunately.
Exactly. Do you feel like there was a lack in love being shown to this young lady, that she just felt like she got to have a baby? She was only 18. She had a whole life ahead of her. You saw, and that was another thing. I'm sorry to jump to this. She had all these things in her head that she wanted to do. I'm going to school when the fall comes. But you got twins. Not saying that you can't go to school if you got twins, but lady, you just thought 2 babies, not one, but 2 babies. What is you thinking? What is you gonna do? Like, Daqueasha, you only got 1, and you a doctor. I got 2, and I work at the hospital too, but I'm not a doctor. I don't got the doctor money, okay? But I was just saying, like, there's no way I would have just thought to myself, I need to go take these kids so that I can show my family that I have a baby. And I think that's what you mean by not thinking it through. All she saw was, I want these babies. That's it. Didn't think about how I'm going to take care of them, how I'm going to feed them, how you going to even get out the parking lot.
Right.
You had to steal the car seats. You didn't even have car seats prepared to where all y'all had to do was just take these babies. You had to take the car seats too.
Just not thinking things through at all, right? Because like you said, there was no plan to do what she did, but she had the mindset that she wanted those babies. So it was just go, do, rob and steal. I mean, she really didn't think anything else through. And she probably had some intentions of like making her life better, but she couldn't get past the fact that she wanted somebody else's babies. Or I don't know if she had a baby and lost it. You know, we're not going to probably get to hear that part, but you know, there's something else going on.
Dr. Daqueasha, do you think they all sat in a circle and did a kumbaya moment and said, okay, Junebug, you gonna be the babysitter from 3 to 12. Shine, you gonna be the babysitter from 12 to 8. And then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna babysit the rest of the time. And then we just gonna rotate. And this is how we're gonna take care of the baby. Like, seriously. Like, they literally just went and did this. But I still don't think it deserves for her to get life in prison. I don't feel like the boys don't deserve life in prison. But if they're not going to teach them, as you say, give them something to where they can give them the Lord, give them the Bible to read, teach them. If they're not going to learn anything, then no, I do feel like they should stay there. Stay there until they don't learn something. That's how I feel. So, all right. We are about to get into a commercial break. And when we come back, y'all, we is about to play our game. Okay? Rapper's Delight. So make sure y'all stick around for that. And we're going to learn a little bit more about Dr. Daqueasha. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. It's your girl. We are here. The weekend spot, baby. We done had whatever week we done had. But right here on Peachy Tea Time, the weekend spot, baby, we relax. We have a good time. We listen to independent music, baby. Independent artists. Right here, 3:00 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope y'all enjoying the show, and I hope you continue to watch. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, on both Facebook pages. And also, follow me on IG and Twitch. Like and share this video. Like and share this video. And most importantly, baby, make sure you watch me on Roku TV, baby. Watch me on Roku TV just as well. We in here, baby. It's only up from here. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me win. We out. Enjoy the show. Bye.
For Peachy Tea Time and Y'all Greetings Are Us has connected again to bless someone with a memorial sign for their precious, precious loved one. Miss Laura, isn't she beautiful?
PGT time is for the culture. If you or someone you know that has dealt with the death of a loved one due to gun violence, domestic violence, the prison system, or even by the police, PGT time also provides a platform for missing person cases as well as wrongfully imprisoned inmates. Please like and share this video to get the word out, so the families can get their loved ones' stories out. Email pgttime at pgttime@gmail.com. You can also DM, inbox, or text to 470-620-9916. Thanks for watching.
All right. Dr. Daqueasha, I got an intro for everything, girl. I got an intro for everything. So we are now on our game called Rappers Delight. And Dr. Daqueasha, do you got me turned up a little bit? It seems like I'm echoing. Can you turn
No,
it
I
down?
got you. I'll get you.
So let's go. So okay, I'm gonna put up these 5 statements. Okay, I'm gonna put up these 5 statements. Number 1, we gotta get married today. Number 2, I'll fall out at the concert. Number 3, oh, I'm smashing and dashing. Number 4, he can meet mama, daddy, and the kids right now. And number 5, I have his baby right now. Okay? Now I'm gonna show you 5 celebrities. 5 celebrities, only one at a time. Okay, only one at a time, and you have to choose one number. You cannot reuse the same number. Now, as you tell me the number, Dr. Daqueasha, I'm gonna go ahead and take the number off so you don't try to cheat and try to say use the number again. So let's get started, y'all. I love this game so much. I love it. So let's get started with our first person, and I must add that all these men are very, very fine. Now, I can't tell you about their mindset. I don't know. I don't know if they got mental health issues or not, because as far as I'm concerned, all Black folks got mental health issues. We just don't know exactly what it is for those that's claiming that they ain't got it. But that's just my theory. So, but this first person, we all love him so much. Here he is. 50 Cent, baby. 50 Cent. What number you gonna give Peachy Tea Time for 50 Cent?
I'm gonna say number 3.
Number 3. Oh, she said she's smashing and dashing, baby. Girl, I know that's right. All right, Pooh. I'm just going along with the show, Pooh. But smashing and dashing, 50 Cent. We all love 50 Cent so much. But we finna take number 3 on up out of there. Okay? We're gonna put our numbers back up. And then we're gonna move on to the next person. You should know all these people, Dr. Daqueasha. That's Ro Timmy. That is Ro Timmy. Ro Timmy is from Power just as well. And Ro Timmy is an artist. He is an artist. For those that was not aware of that, you can find his music on all platforms. And he's married too. We gotta add that too. But what, girl? If he wasn't, what number you gonna give him? What his
let's go number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Okay. He can meet mama, daddy, and the kids right now. That's number 4, y'all. So we is taking number 4 out of here. Now, did you watch Power?
A little bit.
Yeah, because you know you a doctor, so you can't watch everything.
I was in and out.
Did you see him on Power?
Yes.
Yes, he looked so nice on Power. He really did. But Ro Timmy, we gotta pull you back down. Now, Dr. Daqueasha, you got 3 people left. And
Sweating.
you have 3 statements left. Number 1, we gotta get married today. Number 2, I'll fall out at his concert. And number 5, I have his baby right now. And I must say, I think I know what you're gonna say. Because baby, this person right here. Oh, Mr. Method Man, look at her smiling, y'all. Look at her. Y'all see her over there smiling. We gonna give Method Man a round of applause. I had to go old school. I had to go old school Method Man for today. For Dr. Daqueasha, I had to go old school. But this is Method Man. And she's still smiling.
I am still smiling. I used to have all those albums back then.
Wow. So what number you gonna give us, girl?
2.
Number 2. She said, I will fall out at the concert if she sees Method Man. Good. That's a good number. That's a good number. But it's a game. It's a game that we all love to play. So now we're down to 2 left. We got to get married today, and I have his baby right now. Here is the next one. Mr. D'Angelo. Girl, tell me I ain't do good. Tell me I ain't do good. Give me a round of applause. Girl, now I went back in style for him too. We had to go back, even though D'Angelo ain't who we used to be back then, So we went to GQ. We went to GQ, baby. What number? Please tell us what number.
5.
Number 5. I have his baby right now. Now, I know Dr. Daqueasha right now is thinking to herself, I know it was too good to be true. All sugar ain't sweet, baby. All sugar ain't sweet.
Uh-oh.
We gotta get married today. Now, since she said we gotta get married today, okay? That means she'll give up everybody else. She gotta give everybody else up that was on this lineup, okay? Because she's about to get married. Da-dun. Yeah, married. Okay? So we are about to see who is Dr. Daqueasha's husband. Congratulations, Dr. Daqueasha. Tevin Campbell, girl.
Not Tevin.
Girl. Girl, look at his ass. Look at
Not Tevin Campbell.
Wait a minute.
Love
Tevin,
you,
we love
Tevin.
you. We love you, Tevin. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I tell you, when I say I love this guy, I love this guy. So once again, Dr. Daqueasha's husband, yep, I'm showing it again, Dr. Daqueasha. It's Tevin Campbell. Shout out to Dr. Daqueasha and Tevin Campbell. Congratulations. Congratulations, girl. Yes, when I tell you I love this game, I love it so much. How do you feel? How do you feel right now? Would you call yourself a winner?
I won some. I had a good run.
You had a great run. You had a great run. I will say that. A great run. You chose the right answers, for each person that you felt was good for you. You just didn't know what number 5 was gonna be. You just had no idea.
No, that was
yes. Well, we are about to get down to our last couple stories that I want to show. It's a lot going on with the ladies. So that's how I wanted to keep it today. Keeping it with the ladies and everything. And it was a couple stories that I wanted to show you, Dr. Daqueasha. One of the young ladies was here in Atlanta. She was murdered recently, like a couple days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. And she was an influencer. influencer on social media. I'm gonna show you what she used to do as an influencer. Let's start with that. Okay, she was cold. She was cold. All right. Her name was Beauty Couch. But on social media, you all can still find her on social media. Her name on IG is Beauty Katera. And not only was she a skater, as you guys can see, she was also a dancer. So she was off the chain. She was in different things with celebrities and everything, showcasing her skills with skating and also dancing. She did a lot of her videos at Cascade Skating Rink. A lot of people know Cascade through T.I. From ATL, if anything, the movie ATL. And it was just so unfortunate. This young lady had a lot of followers, a lot of followers. A lot of people was watching her, and she helped out a lot of people just as well. So I'm just gonna show you guys how when you hurt someone, take them out, murder them, all of that. You're not just hurting them. You're hurting the family just as well. So here we go. Rest in peace.
Police are trying to find out who killed a 22-year-old Austell woman and set her car on fire.
The family of Beauty Couch is just devastated tonight. They told Fox 5's Angelique Proctor she did not deserve what happened to her.
Cobb police say it was the Austell Fire Department that was dispatched to this field for what they thought was a brush fire, but quickly found out was a car that was on fire. Upon further investigation, they made a gruesome discovery: the body of 22-year-old Beauty Couch.
She was a sweet girl. She never bothered nobody. She never bothered nobody. She was a friend to everybody.
Mom Kimberly Couch says she never imagined this type of pain. Someone murdered her 22-year-old daughter, Beauty Couch, who had so much promise. Cobb police say it was the Austell Fire Department who thought they had a brush fire Wednesday. Closer examination revealed a car was on fire in this field, and police later discovered Beauty's body in a woodline nearby.
They burned my baby car up. They burned my baby car up. They treated her like she was a dog. I don't like that.
The family says Beauty lived in Austell with her adopted mother. Loved ones say she was last seen Tuesday and had not been heard from for 24 hours.
She had seen my baby in 24 hours. She should have called me and let me know that she had seen my baby in 24 hours. She should have let me know. We both would have went to try to find my baby.
Cobb police canvassed the neighborhood nearby. They are looking for answers as to why. The family says Beauty was an Instagram influencer who was attending Clayton State College and had her whole life ahead of her.
They hurt my baby so bad. My baby didn't deserve this. My baby was a good baby. She didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve what she got.
Cobb police are actively working this murder investigation. They say if you have any information, to give them a call. In Austell.
In just a few hours, Austell residents will gather to pay tribute to a 22-year-old woman found dead Wednesday in a wooded area near her home.
So sad. According to officials, her body was found in the woods next to her burned car. 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates is following the story and joins us with more.
Well, Austell Fire responded to this area for a brush fire, but when they got here, they found Beauty K's car in this ditch completely torched and her body in the trees close by. Now, Cobb County Police Department needs your help solving this crime.
My sister was found in these woods like an animal. She said her car was burnt up and they found her just laying there.
Leela Brown could not hold back her emotions after the death of her sister, social media influencer Beauty K Couch.
I couldn't imagine her being in this situation at all because she's so lovable, so caring, so fun, so amazing. And she impacted a lot of people and she did nothing to anybody for anyone to want to do her like this.
22-year-old Beauty gained notoriety after winning several skating competitions, where she also showcased her dancing skills. According to Cobb County Police, it was only after her car was discovered on fire Wednesday near Joe Jerkins Boulevard and Lander Street in Austell, and police began investigating the blaze that they realized something bigger had occurred.
When they went and spoke to the owner, that's when they discovered that their daughter had not been seen since the previous morning. That's what led them back to the incident location, trying to see if maybe she was nearby. And that's when they found her in the woodline. Detectives had determined, based on the scene investigation, that there is foul play suspected.
And with little leads to solve this crime, Beauty's devastated family is asking for the public's help.
They took my baby last breath. Why would they do that? Why would they do this to my baby? This my baby. This is my baby. They took my heart away from me.
Now, Beauty K's family and friends will be getting together for a candlelight visual today at 8:30 at Blazing Restaurant and Lounge in Austell. And again, anyone with information.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I was so into the video. I'm so sorry. We supposed to be up here by now. But first and foremost, if you know something, say something, just like the bottom of the screen shows. Apparently, this young lady did not deserve this. I did review her IG page, Dr. Daqueasha, and it looks like she also would teach kids how to skate just as well, and adults. You know, so she was definitely doing her thing. She was in a group. It was a group of them that did skating, and they all was good, every last one of them. So if you go on her page, you can see all of her skating. Actually, the way she skate is just phenomenal. But again, this is so sad. You don't just hurt the one that you take out, you also hurt the family. This family literally have no clue, have no idea, have nowhere to start. Like, they literally have no idea who could have done this to her. And sometimes that's how a lot of people get away with things, because they don't be knowing the people. Some people don't. They don't know them at all. They just bad people, demon people that want to hurt somebody. So how you feel about this couple clips? Now, Dr. Daqueasha, please still be happy after the show, okay? I don't want to bring your spirits down, but this is what PGT Time is about. You know, this is my brand. This is how I get out to the community what's going on behind closed doors. And when I say behind closed doors, in other states, you know, in other cities that we don't know about. So how you feel about it?
I'm shocked. I'm sad. I'm hurting for the family. You know, I just want to send out my condolences to the family.
Yes.
You know, it's a sad death here that happened. And I just wish that there was something more that could be done to help this family find out who did this to her.
Exactly. And I believe that they will. You know, law enforcement, sometimes they just don't say a lot, you know, because if they do, people watch. They watching to see what people know. So sometimes law enforcement have to keep it a secret. But I'm sure they're working on this, especially with her being in social media. And the reason why I say that, because it's thousands of people watching now, because it was thousands of people watching her. So now everybody's sharing. Now it's getting nationwide news. And I feel like, and it's so sad and unfortunate, but I feel like law enforcement work harder when things become nationwide. Like they don't, they try to do what they can, so I want to make sure I work this right. They always try to do what they can, unless they just some grimy officers. We got some of them out there, but for the good ones, they try to do what they can. But it's something about when social media take a hold of something, it's like they got to get to work. The state comes out, the mayor comes out, everybody come out now. And now we got to get to work because everybody's watching us now. Do you feel that same way?
Absolutely. That's one of the bonuses of having such a huge outlet on social media, is that we are now able to get out to the masses information. So that is one of the bonuses or perks of having this social media today, I feel, is that we can reach a lot of people.
Exactly. Some people abuse it. We're not blind by that. But for the most part, I think social media definitely needs to stick around. I don't think social media is going anywhere. We just have to train our kids how to use social media, because it's
Amen.
not going anywhere. It's here. We locked in. We locked in with social media, y'all. It ain't going nowhere. We just have to teach our children how to use it to where it don't be abused. Even adults, have to learn not to abuse it just as well. And it can be something that we can make into a positive thing all the way around. All the way around. It can be something positive. So now, Dr. Daqueasha, would you have rather been in the hospital where you deal with trauma stuff like this, being a doctor, or are you content where you are?
I'm content where I am. As a physician, I had full training in every aspect of medicine during my residency in medical school. So we got to see it all. If you wanted to see more, there's always opportunities for you to do electives and see more, whatever you wanted to expand upon. So I got the full scope and well-rounded education as a physician. And I chose my career based on the passions that I had. So I'm happy and where I am right now. And I just, I'm so thankful for the physicians that chose to go into the other areas of medicine. I always tell everybody there's a job for everyone. And so, hats off, kudos to my trauma surgeons and the plastic surgeons who are doing way more than just the beauty side of medicine. So, I just want to say, thanks to all of those physicians out there that are really doing more extreme, elaborative surgeries, operations on those nationwide. We got lots of different projects going on, and missions and trips that people are doing for the better good. So hats off to all of my brothers and sisters out there who are in other areas of medicine as well.
Okay. Now, Dr. Daqueasha, why do we got to sign that paper when we go to the hospital that if anything goes wrong, the doctor is not responsible, when the doctor is the one working on us, Dr. Daqueasha? We all want to know. Inquiring minds just want to know. We know that we're going to have to still sign it, but we just want to know why.
Because we want to make sure that you still have your autonomy and that you still you still can choose and have your own rights, and you still have all of that still is available to you. But you're giving us the consent to treat you from our expertise. So, it's truly a mutual understanding, and not so much that you have to sign this and we're not liable and blah blah blah. It's a mutual agreement between us.
Okay, okay. I got a couple more questions. Now, Dr. Daqueasha, if you're out and about enjoying yourself, having a good time, because you look very young still, so I know you still have a good time. You might go somewhere with your girlfriends and all that, and say y'all at the restaurant. I'm just giving a scenario, because Lord knows, I really hope and pray you never be in a situation. But you at the restaurant, y'all having a good time, and then all of a sudden, boom, because this has happened plenty of times back in my day, they get to shooting. Somebody done got shot. Now, it still takes time for EMT to get there. You are fully prepared at any given time to go and take care of any situation like this. If somebody is like really, really bad off hurt, it don't have to be gunshots. Just somebody really bad off hurt that need to be in the hospital right now. Right now. You are a doctor. You can click out of it right then and there.
I took an oath to help people. So, as a physician and caregiver for family and friends, and that extends on to the community, whether I have my white coat on or not. I would feel it in my heart to help somebody.
You a real doctor. We're finna give you a round of applause. We're finna give you a round of applause. Because sometimes people say people can't flip the light switch on and off. You see what I'm saying? Like either I'm this way or I'm that way. You see what I'm saying? So to know that you're able to sit there, have a good time, party, and then boom, and something happens, I jump straight into doctor mode. Right then, right there. We have some officers that won't even do that. We all know that once they're off duty, they're off duty. And they allow people to do anything and can care less. So I thank you for something like that. And it's the reason why I asked you that, Dr. Daqueasha, because we are on our last clip for the day. And if y'all was at the party and something like this happened, I'm sure this girl needed medical attention right away. Here we go.
Punched, kicked, stomped on by a group of people outside of a nightclub in Memphis over the weekend. And now the woman at the bottom of that melee is talking tonight, calling for the people involved to be prosecuted.
Fox 13's Dominique Dillon is joining us live from the Edge District tonight. Dominique, not only did you speak with the victim, but one of the people seen in that video assaulting that woman.
Yeah, he says he was just helping out at the club, doing odd jobs when all of this unfolded. And he says the video only shows a fraction of what led up to that moment. The woman in the video who you see being attacked, she says she has filed a police report. A Saturday night of great music, dancing, and even better drinks at 616 Club in the Edge District quickly took a turn for the worse for Centricia Davis.
And you could have killed me out there. People were telling me I thought you was dead.
Video shows two women pummel Davis with punches while she uses her hands to protect her head. The person reporting pushes one of the women off of Davis, but then a man wearing a tactical vest joins in and begins stomping on Davis.
I don't walk around spitting on people. I teach my daughter every day, have respect for people.
Dion Lawson says she was kicked out the club, and the reason he is seen on video stomping on her outside.
After the spitting and the charging and the racial slurs and all the name calling, all of the cuss words, I defended myself.
Lawson says as a bouncer, he helps out wherever he is needed, cleaning up, checking IDs, and keeping order.
I was just covering it for that night. I don't work there.
He says he does not know why the two other women fought her.
There were people out there that saw her spit on me not once but twice, and also charged towards me.
Davis denies these claims. She says Lawson's story is a cover for their true motive, $1,200 cash.
And I was by myself, and I had all that money on me, and y'all took it. That was the reason to say that's why y'all jumped me like that. Y'all don't jump her.
Davis says she went to the hospital and was told she had several fractured ribs, 2 black eyes, other bumps and bruises. Now Lawson, he says he's filed a police report against Davis as well. Darcy?
That is Fox 13's Dominic Dillon reporting live tonight from the Edge.
If they don't send this man to jail right now, first of all, and his 2 little minions just as well, they deserve to be locked up. Get them off of the streets. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. I feel threatened just by watching it. Like, this is ridiculous. He got everything he said was after that she did this. Actually, that means it was done and over with. And you still turned around and kicked her. More than once, Mr. Man. It had the audacity, Dr. Daqueasha. Dr. Daqueasha, he had the audacity to come on the news. I would have to say mental health issues for this right here, because who gonna come on the news after you know that what you done just did and stole her money? Dr. Daqueasha, what's your take on this?
That's terrible. My first thought is just that this is just terrible. For this grown man, no matter what your position is at that time, what have you, to do what you did and then try to justify it. That's terrible.
I mean, I just don't get it. He said she spit on me twice and charged at me. I just don't know if she could go to jail for that, Mr. Man. You know, like, you can't go down to the police station and say, go and arrest this girl because she spit on me twice and charged at me. He never said she hit him. Now, spitting is nasty. It's very nasty. You could possibly get beat up for spitting on somebody. But they didn't say that she spit on all 3 of these people. Number 1. And number 2, as a man, you don't put your hands on no female. You just don't do that. It ain't cool. So I'm going to pray for that young lady. I really, really am. I pray that, she get the mental health help that she needs as well, because I wouldn't even want to go out no more. Not like that. Especially if it went the way she said it went, over some money. You can't even carry money in your pocket. That's why I keep telling y'all, Dr. Daqueasha, I can't stand to see kids taking pictures and holding their money out like this on social media. Because you don't know who's watching. You don't know who is watching and is envious of you, jealous of you, want what you got. And right about now, the way this world is, people are doing whatever it takes. And like Dr. Daqueasha said, not thinking things through, it will harm you because you done took a picture on social media showing off your money or somebody else's money. Or somebody else's money. So y'all think twice. Y'all think twice before you do that. Like, you know what, Dr. Daqueasha, I'm finna make sure I use think things through. That's finna be the key. That is the key on Peach Tea Time. We is going to make sure we say that more often. Think things through. That's so important. If you get to a part of thinking things through that you can see the police gonna be after you, then that ain't it. That ain't it. You need to come up either with another plan or decide not to do it at all.
Absolutely. That's the big key here, I think, it's just that you really have to be able to see all angles of whatever you are doing. But the young folks don't. They only see what's in front.
And that's even, in a positive light too. You don't want to be thinking you want to be a doctor and get halfway there and quit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's too hard. I didn't know I had to do 2 more years of classes. You see what I'm saying, Dr. Daqueasha?
Yeah.
You got to think
Mhm.
it through. If this is what you want to do, you do it and see it all the way to the end.
All the way to the end.
Like Dr. Daqueasha said, she was rebellious. She was not supposed to be a doctor per society.
Mm-mm.
Per society. But she knew what she wanted. And she went for it. And she did it. And she's doing it well, may we add. So I want to say we are coming to the end of the show. I want to say, just coming from a Black woman, I'm proud of you. You inspire
Thank you.
me, to continue to keep striving, keep going. One thing that I want to share with everyone, when I spoke with you on the phone, of how highly you spoke on Atlanta, on how it's so many doctors that's Black here in Atlanta. And you have comfort of being here, doing what you do compared to other places. So
Oh, yeah.
elaborate on that a little bit more.
Yeah, I never saw more than 2 Black physicians when I was growing up. So, to become a physician the way that I did it, not wanting to go to college and not having any Black mentors, it was hard to fathom that I could do it. So, um, I can't even only imagine how if I was here in Atlanta, in this
Mhm.
environment where there's lots of Black love, Black culture, Black entrepreneurs, what the future would be for anybody who would be in my shoes, to actually have that given to them at any moment. You can turn the corner and see a Black attorney, a Black judge, a Black
Yeah.
doctor. It's just phenomenal, and we take it for granted, I think. I was born and raised in Ohio, and like I said, I only had known of 2 Black physicians my whole life there. Even when I was in medical school, I only had the same 2 Black physicians that I knew. So, it's just we are doing it. We're doing it big. Seek us out if you are looking for physicians, and you want to see us, people of color, to take care of your needs. We are out there, and you just have to, really just, want to find us and trust us. And that's a big other
Mhm.
issue that we have. I feel like is that the community is so used to the male physician. They're so used to other races that are physicians, and then when they see us, they don't know how to act. And I've gotten side eyes from my own people before because I wasn't what they thought I was going to be when I came in the room. So we just need to wake up. But Atlanta is where it is. We are doing it here. We represent here for sure, 100,000%. And so I'm just glad to be a part of the Atlanta Black women physicians here.
All right, girl. You make me want to go be a doctor right now. You is inspiring, girl. You is so inspiring. So it don't make no sense. But you're right. A lot of people have a problem, and it's not funny, but people have a problem with seeing Black doctors. Because like you said in the beginning, you were scared to tell people that you wanted to be a doctor it probably was because all you saw was 2 Black doctors. So you probably didn't know if it was even possible that you can go to school, do right, do your work, learn, and you can be a doctor and get paid. So with that being said, it's a lot of people, a lot of young people that just think to themselves, this is not possible. How in the world did Miss Peachy get a doctor on Peachy Tea Time and she black too, that can't happen. I'm telling you, there's people out there that think that way, Dr. Daqueasha. They definitely think that way. So to all the young people out there right now that's watching, what advice would you give them, especially the ones that's trying to become doctors or think they want to become a doctor?
Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes focused on your future and what you want to happen, not what happened yesterday. As long as you keep that focus, that same momentum and encouragement and the right people on your team, you can do it. You can achieve whatever it is that you want to happen and you manifest in your life, in your career. You can do it. Just gotta stay positive, positive thoughts, positive life. Don't let the naysayers and negativity get you down. And just keep that drive on the end goal. Because that's what I did. I had to keep my eyes focused on the end result, that I wanted to become a physician. And so once I did that, any bad grade, any people who wanted to say I couldn't do it didn't even matter, because I still could see the end goal.
Exactly. Now, this is the last question. And I know, Dr. Daqueasha, you don't like to boast. You don't like to brag. You may not want all the sunshine to be all on you and everything, become a superstar and all that. I get it. But I got to end the show with this. A friend of mine, she has a daughter that graduated from high school and went straight to college and stayed in it. She did 9 years, I think, and she is now a black dentist. The home that she grew up in was very small, very, very small, very tiny. But her parents did the best that they could do. Their parents did everything the right way. Got married first, had their kid, all that. Did the best that they can do. And this young lady went to school, went to college, and she became a dentist. And she got married to a high school sweetheart and everything. And they done got them a house built that is bigger than ever. And she just got her, I think, a 2023, 2024 truck. I ain't gonna say the name of it, but it's nice. And she told me something that you told me over the phone, but you said this about being a doctor. She told me when she pull up every single day in her driveway and pull up in her truck, the first thing she says to herself is, oh my gosh, I can't believe all of this is mine. I can't believe I got this big house. I can't believe I got this. Like, it's unbelievable. But she worked for it. She worked hard for it. And now she's able to reap the benefits and still at a young age. That's the best part about it. You still get to reap the benefits at a young age. So let everybody know, how did you feel when you start realizing, okay, baby, I got this doctor money. Okay, I got this doctor money. And I can't believe this. You know what I'm saying? So how did you feel?
On top of the world. On top of the world. You really don't look at it from that standpoint as a college student, medical student. You know what I mean? You know it's there. You know it's going to happen. You know the paycheck's going to be there. But until you get that first check, it doesn't hit right. But it does down the road, and you're like, you just can't believe it. And to this day, I still can sit out back in my house and my deck, and I look up at my house, and I'm like, this is mine. This is all mine. And I just look up and I'm like, oh my goodness.
I feel it. I feel the energy coming through the screen, because I'm telling you, I feel like I'm you right now. I feel like I'm just smiling over here, and this is a real deal smile. Like, I am so proud of you. Proud of you. And this just got to be, like you said, just to look up. This is something that women that's really, really out here trying to get it. Women that's working hard, trying to get really to their goal. That's what we dream about. That's what we think about. At least I do. I'm always going into days. My kids be like, Mama, Mama, Mama. I'm like, I'm thinking about our house. I'm thinking about our house. You know, like I cannot wait till that time comes. So to hear just how you feeling right now, just being able to look up at that house from your deck, and then the smile that you had on your face when you said it is just priceless. It's just priceless. And I know you give all thanks to God.
Absolutely. Every day.
Every
He is
day.
the reason why I'm still here. You know what I mean? As far as being from, not wanting to be in school to being in school, carrying me through school, carrying me through residency, getting my first job, getting my first house, getting a car, having my daughter. Later on down the road, I got married. So he is the sole provider of he's a source of my success and my happiness. I give it all to God.
I know that's right. And I know the best part of all of this would have to be to see the look on your daughter's face. You know what I'm saying? Like to see her, having fun and enjoying the home, not having to get in the car and be like, is we gonna make it down the street? Because this car making so much noise. Lord, please let me make it to school, Lord. I'm just trying to get to school.
You would love my daughter. She is so bougie. She is nothing like me at all. It's funny you mentioned the cars because she always says like, do you want this other car? She'll see a car. She wants a Lamborghini. She wants all this high end stuff. And I'm like, girl, if you only knew you got it made right now.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. This is so awesome. If there was anything else that you was doing besides being a doctor, what would it be? Would you still be at TJ Maxx?
I love clothes. I love a good shopping rack, have it all laid out. I love organization, so I still love that. I'm still passionate. Maybe I have to be like I get my own store. Maybe I should do that.
Your own boutique.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I still love fashion.
So that's what you'll be back in one of those stores, probably.
Mm-hmm. Get my own shop. Get my own little boutique.
There you go. There you go. Well, we are wrapping it up. Dr. Daqueasha, when I tell you, you have inspired so many of us today. I thank you so much for coming on the show. Now, I'm going to bring myself down and let you in the show and just let everybody know where they can follow you at, where they can get your book at. I'm going to bring that back up too. Where they can get the book at. And also, there you go. And also, talk to the community a little bit. These youth out there.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a guest on your show. It was an honor and a pleasure to be here and talk with your page fans and people who are respecting you as a Black woman entrepreneur, and you're doing it big time. So thank you. And I'm just truly honored to be here, to be a physician in Atlanta, being in the setting that I'm in right now as a physician to help other people physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So you can get my book, which is called Releasing, and on the website, releasingthe1.com, to help other people get freed and unstuck by releasing out all of the good stuff and also not so good stuff to get to your next best so you can release your phenomenal side. So once again, you can also follow me at my Instagram and Facebook page at Dr. Daqueasha. And I'm just truly honored to be here today, like I said before. So thank you all once again. I would love your support.
Daqueasha.